Hello everyone and welcome to another video. Now the other day I installed the official SteamOS on my PC and the response to the video was really positive. As always, it's been a pleasure to read through your comments and I've seen a few suggestions that I'd like to try out, starting today actually. One of the games I didn't test in the previous video was Cyberpunk 2077 because I have it on GOG and couldn't get it to work. A few of you suggested Heroic Launcher, so today I wanted to try it out and see how Cyberpunk 2077 runs on SteamOS on PC and whether we get a higher frame rate than we do in Windows 11. I'm using a different system today, one that features a Ryzen 7 8700G and integrated Radeon 780M graphics. Just like before, I downloaded the Steam Deck operating system from the Steam site, flashed it to a bootable USB with Rufus, disabled secure boot in my motherboard's BIOS and then booted to the USB drive with SteamOS installed. It's then a matter of wiping the drive and installing the Steam operating system with a few clicks. I will never tire of the beautiful sight that is SteamOS stretched across a 50-inch ultra-wide. Unfortunately, the 8700G and onboard 780M graphics can't handle 5120 by 1440 gaming, so I'll be changing the resolution to 1920 by 1080 later on from within the settings menu. Before that though, I went to the Heroic Game Launcher website, found the download section and chose the Flatpak option or the Get from FlatHub option. I've used Windows all my life, so all of these terms are new to me, but I'm learning. After clicking install and downloading the file, I opened it by double clicking discover. It took me longer than it should have to realise I needed to do this. After that, it was just a matter of following a few more prompts and logging into my GOG account through the launcher. It was here I could see all my owned games and of course we could now install Cyberpunk. I hadn't heard about this launcher until a few days ago, but I understand it's what a lot of people use to get non-Steam games working on the actual Steam Deck. Of course, we are using the Steam Deck OS here just on our own hardware, so it works great. There's even an option to add the downloaded games to Steam, and it'll appear under the non-Steam section. Clicking launch will open the GOG launcher before the game. I didn't touch any other settings, I just clicked play, and it worked without any issues. Cyberpunk 2077 actually has a Steam Deck graphics preset, so I thought what better option to choose. Sure, the hardware I'm using is different, but this seems like a great choice for the 8700G APU. This preset also enabled FSR with balanced mode, and it seems to give us a mix of mostly medium and high settings. Lovely. Just like with the Steam Deck, we can enable the performance overlay so we can see how the game is running in real time, and to be honest, it feels great. We're getting over 50 frames per second, sometimes close to 60, and what's more, it feels very smooth. Just look at that green frame time graph line that sits with the other stats at the top left, barely a bump in it. You'll also notice that our GPU is pegged at 99% utilisation most of the time, which is to be expected, as the 780M iGPU is the limitation, or the weaker part of this APU. I'm really pleased with this actually, and even with FSR 2.1 set to balanced, the picture quality is very respectable. If you play this on a Steam Deck or the Legion Go S, let me know how it runs, as it would be cool to gauge what sort of performance differences there are between the 8700G and the officially supported Steam hardware. I'd also like to add some context to the performance myself by comparing it to Windows 11. To do that, I first ran the in-game benchmark tool with SteamOS, and this reported an average of 57, pretty good. I should also mention that I'm using 32 gigs of dual channel 6400MHz DDR5. Faster memory should mean faster gaming performance with these APUs. I then ran the same test with the same graphics settings with a fresh install of Windows 11. The 8700G and 780M combo performed really nicely here as well, with no noticeable frame dips or drops. This time we saw an average of 53 FPS, 4 frames per second less overall. Both are good, but Cyberpunk 2077 seems to perform slightly better under SteamOS than it does with Windows 11, at least with the hardware that I'm using today. And there we have it. Cyberpunk 2077 running on my integrated graphics system with SteamOS, the official Steam Deck OS from the Steam site. Definitely worth trying out for yourselves, and thanks to Heroic Games Launcher I was able to get this working without any issues. I think next time we'll build a low-cost system with SteamOS installed and run through a few more games and also test out a few more Windows comparisons. I'm also interested in testing out Bazzite as well and exploring Linux a little more because it's something that I've been meaning to do for ages and the response so far has been pretty positive. So as always, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this one, leave a like. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments, of course. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already and you want to, and hopefully I'll see all of you in the next one.